This video is about the current heroin epidemic in the United States. It's going to present a lot of facts and data. You can check it all yourself. Please do. I encourage that. If you hear any facts that you doubt, just go to the internet and Google them. And if you come up with anything that you want to dispute, just send it to me. My email address will be in the website. You'll see the website along the bottom of the screen. Just send me your proof and where you got it from. I'll check it out, and if it's valid, I'll change the information on my webpage and give you credit for it. Okay, now here we go. This video again is about the current heroin epidemic in the United States. Now, heroin comes from the poppy flower, and the number one crop grown in Afghanistan is the poppy flower. In 2009, they were producing 15% of the entire globe's supply of heroin, opium, and morphine. By 2013, they were producing 93% of the world's heroin, morphine, and opium. I'll explain how that happened in a few minutes. Just a little more statistics about the opium epidemic. About 11,100 Americans die every year from opium. That's about 32 a day. Die just from the opium now, overdoses. 11 of those are black, but you don't hear any protests about 11 blacks dying every day from Black Lives Matter or Colin Kaepernick or the other football players who protest blacks dying, being shot by police, and police violence. Once again, 11 blacks per day are dying from the heroin epidemic. And as we go along within this video, you're going to see who's responsible for it again. So, more facts about heroin. Most of our heroin comes across the Mexican border. The Mexicans do grow some heroin, and that comes across the border too, but the greatest percentage of the heroin on the streets of the United States comes through the Mexican border. So, getting back to the supply of heroin, since it's grown so much since 2009, the street price has dropped considerably, which makes it the drug of choice to addicts all over the world. It's just so cheap. It's the least expensive drug they can get on the street. That's why so many people are using it, and so many people are dying from it. The death rate has gone up about 200% since pre-2009. So, heroin's been with us forever, I give you that, but the recent epidemic has just gone out of control and skyrocketed through the roof with deaths. And the supply, again, 15% to 93% of it comes out of Afghanistan. Now, how did that happen? Okay, in 2009, Hillary Clinton was sworn in as the Secretary of State by President Obama. Right away, President Obama said, let's give some aid to the Afghanistans so we can win their favor over and get a little bit more support from them for our troops. He knew he was going to cut back on our troops, and he wanted the troops that were left there to have a little bit more support from the people. So he told Hillary Clinton, send over some aid, agricultural aid, money, whatever it takes to get the people on our side a little bit better. So Hillary Clinton did that. She set up money to send over there. She sent up farming equipment, farming technology. She sent our agricultural experts over there to show the Afghans how to grow more crops on less land, and with the hopes that they'd be able to start growing food crops instead of the small amount of poppy crops they were growing. He was trying to eliminate that, I guess. And so that's what happened there. The hopes of growing more food crops and making them more self-sustained so we wouldn't have to send them so much aid for food aid and things like that. So what the Afghans turned around and did, they took all that money, the equipment, and our technology. Somehow it got funneled to the poppy growers, which is, once again, which was the #1 crop then and still is the #1 crop today, although it's grown immensely as far as the amount of poppy crops grown. It's still the #1 crop. So the politicians over in Afghanistan took the money, gave it to the farmers, and the farmers just turned around and started growing more productive crops on less land, more potent crops, and now comes the real zinger about this whole thing. ISIS, the Taliban, and Al-Qaeda all have their hands in on it. They all get money from all of this. 93% of the world's heroin, which is hundreds of billions of dollars. They all get a part of that. They all go in there and have their hands in it by protecting the farmers or whatever. And they all get part of it. So actually the money that we gave them for their agricultural benefit is money that is winding up giving more money to ISIS and the terrorists that are trying to kill us, which is just deplorable in my opinion. So now getting back to Hillary Clinton and President Obama, this is just another example of Hillary Clinton not being able to administer or direct the people who are underneath her and under her directions. Anybody with any common sense can see that there is a connection between the 2009 giving of aid to Afghanistan and the 2009 start of the skyrocketing figures that I gave you, 15% to 93% in 4 years. There's no other way that could have happened except from the money and equipment and technology that we sent in. That's indisputable, and I think anybody with any common sense can agree that that's what happened. There's no other way it could have happened. So, in my opinion, Hillary Clinton can't be trusted to oversee any department. She certainly can't be trusted to be the President of the United States and try to administer all the things she has to if she can't even administer the State Department and all of its underlings and rely on them to report back to her, and when she sees the data, to evaluate it. I can't see, once again, how nobody could make the connection between the rise of the tremendous rise in supply coming out of Afghanistan and at the same time the coincidental money that we send them, technology and equipment. Just impossible that happened. So I guess that's the end of the video. Once again, read the website you see at the bottom of the screen. Occasionally it goes out. It's been going out for days at a time. For some reason, somebody's trying to keep this information off the internet. The site will just go down and you won't be able to access it. My provider has assured me that it will be back up and running. So if you try to go to it and it says site down or something, site not available, just try again in a few hours or the next day and you will be able to get to it sooner or later. Once again that happens, who knows why. In my opinion, it's Hillary and her people are trying to keep this information out of the eyes of the public. That's the only explanation there could be for it. My sites have never gone down before like this, and it's just really strange that all of a sudden this one particular site that I webmaster for goes down for days at a time. That's it. God bless you. God bless America. Once again, I invite all of you to if you find something you disagree with, email me from the website or leave a message on this video YouTube and I'll answer you and try to correct any errors you find in the page, but I'm sure you won't find any. Thank you.